Why are you the
I
way
love
that
that
you are?
sentence.
Yeah. Hi everyone, welcome to Max's Mad Mythic Mercenaries. My name is Cameron. I am your substitute dungeon master once again, and I'm here to run a game of Waterdeep Dragon Heist for my friends. I probably should have done a sound check. I sound okay.
You pitchy?
Nah, you're fine. I think everything seems good as gravy. Let's introduce my friends. Starting on the furthest on the left, we have a man who puts bros and hoes before foes. The man from Waterdeep will roll you 6 feet deep. It is Rolan Jittero. Roland, how are you feeling post-victory?
Probably pretty sore, seeing as how I went down like 2 or 3 fights in a row.
Yeah,
All for
how's
good
that
cause.
ass feel?
He's very tender.
Yeah.
But
It wasn't from the fight, though.
It was a celebration.
Yeah. He's very excited that we won, and he walked away from that with a few things to consider and something to pursue, and different feelings about who he used to be.
Yeah,
So,
and in that vein, this was an intense tournament. Everyone has earned a feat through your skills and mastery and contemplations and personal journeys. What feat did Roland pick?
Roland previously was taking the Polearm Master and Sentinel to be a protector and a tank for the group. However, nothing is more safe than having your enemy dead when down. So he took Great Weapon Master. So he will be able to hopefully pull off a few more attacks and or hit pretty hard from here on out.
Got it.
Provided
Ranged
the dice roll in my
enemies.
favor.
Understood. Wizard fights only. We'll make it happen.
Yep.
Whether you're a Seaward Scholar or a Dockward Brawler, she'll help those in need from afar. Our Lady of Shadow and Light, Alu Dracar. Alu, how are you doing today, and what drove you to the path of your feet? As I click on your sheet, and I hope that I don't see 20 of them. No, I do. Okay.
Right? I updated it. I clicked ask. Alu has. She feels pretty good. She's very proud of herself for multiple reasons, not least of which is making sure that her buddies in the Zentarum didn't get their ass beat. So she's feeling pretty good, maybe a little teeny bit cocky, but she's also very concerned about the boys. So I know that she'll be putting out her feelers to find out how everyone's doing.
Gotta feel them boys.
Right? Making sure that everyone's okay, and
Same song in my head, but same.
What the hell happened? Like what happened to cause the whole issue? Like, because she can't let a problem rest. Like, she needs to know.
To interject, Cameron, on that note, we need to have a beach episode.
Yes.
Also, we're gonna get claims since I just sang
Rocket
the
in
song. So
Yeah.
Rocket in a thong.
It actually, Ian, if you're curious, it depends on how well you sang it. So we'll see.
So that's what I mean. I sang it damn fucking well.
Yeah. So I love, Alu is definitely one of those meddling kids. She sees a problem, she can't leave it alone.
No. And to that end, I took the observant feat.
Yeah.
Nice.
That'll be handy.
And you respect a little bit. I see you did you also take dual wielder earlier? Or
I already had that. Yeah,
Gotcha.
That was from before.
Okay, so now you have observant. Awesome. Then, off like a rocket, he helps make mechanical wonders tick. Protecting the City of Splendors is Sprocket. 3 feet of valor stands Spev Spacklestick. Spev, I think you were pretty jazzed following your victory. And what feat did you end up picking?
Honestly, he was very proud and surprised at the abilities of his Minicon robot. That he did Artifice or Wizard Initiate to get Find Familiar, so I can have a second flying robot buddy.
Were you going to say Wizard Efficient?
I know. Between Artificer, Initiate, Wizard, and too many words for me to remember, but I'm taking Wizard, Initiate, proper, and getting the
now
Find
pronounce
Familiar.
you Witch and Warlock.
I love it.
And now that I have that multi-tool, I've been tinkering all night.
I dig it.
So great euphemism.
Yeah, just won't leave it
You get a
alone.
room next to mine.
Tinkering with my multi-tool all night.
So she refreshes those around her like a gentle breeze, but has the power to set you aflame with the greatest of ease. So tread lightly, go delicately, if you wish to speak to Our Lady Holly. It's Holly Rees, go delicately. Holly, how are you feeling post-victory?
I'm feeling pretty good. I had a big old shindig, probably 2-day celebration at Mom's house.
It felt like 2 days for sure.
Yeah. So she's feeling good. And Mom was very proud of me for winning and not dying like other people. And she offered me and gave me the feat of elven accuracy. So I get to increase my charisma score by 1 whenever I have advantage on an attack roll using one of my modifiers.
Interesting.
You get the static improvement to your charisma.
Mm-hmm.
In addition, let's go ahead and see what them portent rolls are, because it is a new day.
It's a new dawn. It's a new light.
All right, 1's a 9. You really get like very median portent rolls. What's the other one? Hey!
Hey, that's nice.
So Holly sees good things on the horizon.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how true that holds. And then, last but not least, he's come out of his glen to avenge his wife's death so barbaric. He'll butcher you while staying zen. It's the wood elf, not drow, Fen Merrick. Fen, I know yesterday was rough, but it is a new day, and you did win. How are you doing?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I did choose a feat, so that suggests that I am more powerful now than I was yesterday, so I'm feeling better about that.
More than we can possibly imagine.
I'm going to do this backwards.
Should you strike me down, I shall
what
become.
First. First, I'm going to tell everybody what I got. I'm leveling up, well, not leveling up, but I am selecting Skill Expert as my feat. I put extra points into Perception and Stealth, and now I have maxed out my Strength skill, so I'm going to be bench pressing some major numbers here, putting up 3 bills. But the reason for this is what you'll be interested in. Mostly anger, rage, spite for the great dungeon master of the universe, basically.
He giveth and he taketh away.
Let your anger flow
basically
through
hating the god of this particular game. For
Yeah.
the most part. So
I love it. Spite is the great universal motivator. So our, like I said, our current campaign is Waterdeep Dragon Heist, set in the City of Splendor. Last time we finished up the Shonen tournament arc, where Max's Mad Mercenaries did win first place in the Northward tournament, and it is the next day. What I have up right now is the conspiracy board that you all have been working on and filling out as you have been chasing down Never Ember's enigma. But if no one has any questions about it, we are going to move into our house, our little place called Troll Skull Manor. It is the next day. You all wake up, you do whatever your morning routine is, and there is a fresh copy of the Waterdeep Wazoo there. If anyone wants to take a look, you can see that the name of Max's Mad Mythic Mercenaries is on the front page with the list of the different award winners, as well as a artist rendering of the Company of Crazed Adventurers, who were the ones that won the overall interward tournament for this year, of which you all have an invitation for next year's interward tournament because you won first place. So I guess we can start off just going down the line and see what everyone wants to do. I know, Spev, you had some plans within plans. You wake up, or maybe you've been up all night working and tinkering. Tell me what your plans are for the day.
I would definitely have been up all night tinkering, practicing and attuning with this new tool that I have, and fixing the armor and whatnot. But I will, as we're all kind of like getting together and grouping into the main tavern as we start our morning, I'll kind of tell everyone, like, Hey, I'm gonna go get an update from the Halls of Justice. If anyone wishes to join me.
Sounds
Okay, there we go.
Roland holds up a stack of pancakes, saying, "Busy. Have fun though."
Actually,
Yeah.
Roland, give me an initiative roll.
Roll. Okay.
I watched Dune. Someone's getting
10.
assassinated.
All right. No, we've established that Reggie is a gourmet cook, and with
That's true.
an 18, he has breakfast absolutely ready by the time you get down.
All right, that's fine. I guess I won't fight him on it. All right,
So
then.
you're
That's
free.
if that's the case. Actually, then I will go with Sprocket to.
Oh, okay. As you're holding the stack of pancakes, you see a robotic spider just sort of appear above the pancakes, just phase into existence, grabs one and turns invisible and flies a pancake over to me.
And then Holly Reed
Jeez.
uses her wand to take your pancakes and put them on her plate as she's just like shoving her face.
All right then.
I love
Bagels
it.
on
A
the
little-
road it is.
A little mage hand. I dig it.
Yeah. All right then. I will grab a donut or a bagel on the road.
Reggie actually has a
Chaotic evil.
yeah. Reggie actually has some turkey bacon and some whole wheat toast for you, Roland. He's concerned about your cholesterol.
Get the best stuff set aside for you.
Oh,
Turkey
that's
bacon.
so sweet.
All
Look at him. Look at him taking care of Roland.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah,
grasshopper protein.
Yeah.
Thanks, Reg.
So
Anyway.
we can start, with Spev. You are heading over to
We.
my
Spev
buddy Roland's
and
here.
Roland. Is anyone else joining? Or I guess my question is, are you all traveling as a pack around your different errands today, or are you all splitting off and scattering?
I don't know.
Fed is of the opinion, he's telling this to the crew, that we tend to survive better when we are all together. I don't
True.
think that we're going to run into any action today, but I suppose you never know.
It's true.
I mean, we've fallen victim to splitting up before, and we've gotten our
Yeah.
shit kicked in as a result of it.
That was when we were on a mission, though.
As you're talking about this, Wilhelm says, "Oh, speaking of getting your shit kicked in," and he flips the Stone of Galore back to Spev.
Oh! I try to catch it.
Yeah, give me a dexterity saving. We can call it athletics or acrobatics.
I will also do the same because I'm going to try and catch it if he misses it.
That's a
Yeah.
good fail, so I definitely miss it.
I like to imagine as Spev, you were going to get it, but Roland does have like 4 feet of reach on you and just like snatches it out of the air before it gets to your hands.
It was
Well,
obvious.
I will- I will
was
put it
obvious
in.
Edwin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put it in my bag then.
Not in my house.
Didn't say the magic word.
I'm like 3 feet away.
Roland just slaps that shit out of the air.
I was
And
nowhere
Matumbos
close.
your ass.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I'll hold on to that.
So it sounds like Roland, Fen, and Spev are traveling together. Holly and Alu, are you joining with, or are you chilling for the morning on your own and then going to go do your own things?
So Alu probably will tag along. I know that she wants to dispatch some things to find out, what's going on with the boys.
Yes.
And she wants updates on the Growlhuns and the Castellanters.
Yep.
Because she wants to keep her finger on the pulse of all the crap that we've been stirring.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah,
Holly.
I think they have the head Growlhoon in their custody still.
Yes.
They've been talking to him for a couple days.
Holly,
Yeah,
what about you? One day. Technically, the tournament was only one day.
But it was like 3 months ago.
yeah.
I want to make sure that because we had the whole thing where we're at, and they were going to arrest him, and Alu was like, no, he actually saved the day. And so I want to make sure he's okay.
Yes, checking in on Mickey.
I want to make sure they're okay.
Pelagius. Apparently his name Pelagius.
He's just not Pelagius.
You created some great names.
Yeah. I don't remember when I named it. Some random goober Pelagius, but okay.
Or
All right. Yes. Holly, what about you?
I'm taking my sweet time eating breakfast, and then I'm gonna go talk to my mom about some stuff.
Okay. So I
Catch up
guess
with her.
we'll do the group stuff first, and then we'll do Holly your stuff. We'll intersperse in between. So we're gonna go. You're all having breakfast, and then you'll head out on your errands. Are you reporting to the rest of the crew? I know Ali, you expressed interest in a letter. Are you asking Fen about that, or Fen, are you sharing the contents of that letter?
Fen will absolutely share the contents of that letter. Fen is holding no secrets from the crew. As I said, he's trying to find some help with his mission here. So, actually, do you want me to go ahead and read it?
Yeah.
Okay. I will read the whole thing. Let me get to it. Bear with me, guys, as I track it down. All right. All right. This is a letter that I'm supposed to deliver, specifically to the Waterdeep Wazoo. Is that what it's called?
Yes, that is
Printing
the
office
newspaper.
for the main paper of the city.
Yep.
My esteemed Mr. Rudderbust, as a longtime subscriber and loyal reader of the Wazoo, I know your broadsheet is the beacon of truth that shines light upon our splendorous city. It is for this reason that I offer to you, first, this tremendous scoop regarding evil within the highest ranks of our nobility. Presented for publication in your next edition is 7 column inches. No remuneration requested. Headline: A Tale of the Devil's Deals. Byline: Elias Caesarall?
Eyeless sees all.
Ilias? It's spelled Ilias.
It's phonetically it's eyeless sees all.
Because there's an IAS.
Give me actually, you know what, Fen, give me a history check
A history check.
as you are
Alright.
intrigued by those words.
Can I also do that? Because that's sus.
I don't think Spev, you know.
You fucked. History,
Alright.
I nailed it.
Is it a 7?
Seven's the
Yeah.
best.
17.
Something's tugging at the back of your brain. You don't know.
Hey, wait a
Actually,
minute.
you know
Why
what?
does it say a 7? It's totally shows a 17 on my screen.
Really?
Yes, I'm angry about this. I want that goddamn 17. I can take a photo of it with my phone if you want. I'll
No,
send it.
if you rolled a 17, I trust you. Fen, Eyeless sees all. You're like, that's a weird name. But what pulls in the back of your mind is the eyeless tiefling girl that you gave a handkerchief to previously.
Okay. All right, I am become aware of that. All right, continuing. The recent resurgence of the House Castellanter is a well-known Waterdeep success. But what is the secret means by which Lord Victoro and Lady Amalia have achieved such a fantastic turnaround of fortune? The sale of their child, direct to the Lord of Nessus and all 9 hells. The great comeback story is set upon the tragic backdrop of the disappearance of their heir apparent Osvaldo. The truth of the tragedy is that the dastardly couple traded the very soul of their tender teenage son for the material gains of this world that they now reap. What price in gold could you, good reader, accept in return for the eternal torment of your firstborn child? For the Castellanters, expert assessments of their holdings set the amount at nearly 500,000 dragons. And yet, the devil Asmodeus craves and is granted more. An ever-growing number of noble lords and ladies meet at the Castellanter estate to participate in excess, orgy, ritual, and sacrifice in worship of the Archfiend. These families shall not be shamed today, but know this: renounce your wicked ways and return to the party set forth by Siamorph, or you shall be revealed. The citizens of this fine city will not submit to rule by those who have forfeited that right.
And in addition to that letter, there are some other documents that are. I didn't give you actual documents for everything else, but there's some summary there afterwards, I think.
Okay, so You just read this, I'm assuming, to all of us at the breakfast table.
Yes, I did.
Um,
I thought you do it while we're
Alu
walking.
is dumbfounded.
Well, I think it's the crew. Yeah, while we're walking.
Yeah, fine. Alu is dumbfounded and wants to know where the fuck you got this letter, because
Yeah,
this
that's what I was wondering.
description of the Castlanters does not jive with the people that we met.
Well, we met them and they were begging us to help with their situation, or at least letting them know about the treasure that everyone seems to be hunting down.
Yeah. We also, well, at least Alu, very closely interrogated to see do we believe these people or do we think they're full of shit? And I rolled pretty high, so Alu feels very confident that these people are not the evil people that are portrayed in this letter.
Could be.
I mean, so as
Devils
far
are
as
known for being tricky.
as far as the content of the letter to be published, I suppose, is not actually, as far playing the character here, is not particularly relevant to Fen. He ultimately is kind of ambiguous about the content of the letter. He cares more about delivering it. So that
Yeah, but who gave it to you is what Ollie wants to know.
Where'd you get this from?
Jesus, I don't remember. Where did I get this? Cameron, remind me, please.
JB Nevercott gave it to you.
Oh,
Is that the guy?
The guy that gave you your hat.
Yes, correct.
And your
Yeah, I
cool
got
gun
that from-
and sword.
Right, and my cool gun, yeah. Well, the sword
And your broken sword.
No, the silver
Oh,
the
sword.
broken sword I bought.
The silver
my
sword,
errand,
yeah.
my silver sword. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. That's really interesting. Can I see some of those documents?
Ben hands it over.
Can I kind of look over them and just do an inspection to see if they're look forged?
Yeah,
some
give
of,
me-
apparent.
Ollie would also want to do that too, because
Yes,
she would.
before give me a quick second so I can give you a summary of what's in there. Hold on just a moment.
There are various documents that discuss secret deals behind closed doors, orgies, etc. You heard about that. It specifically, if you remember, they mentioned families, but not explicitly. The ones that are associated with these acts are the Snow Beetles, the High Churches, Delamirev, and Hansberg.
If you are perusing the letter, you can give me investigation checks. So I guess I want to double check. Ali, you mentioned, are we reading this letter at breakfast? If that's the case, then Holly, you are also hearing this. Is that true?
I would say yes, because we would like Holly to know all this as well.
Okay.
Better to discuss it at home.
Yeah.
So I'll go back to the Troll Skull Manor tavern map.
Reggie, what do you make of all this?
Yeah, Reggie. Roll investigation.
Um,
How are you guys looking
What
at
tangle
investigation?
wedge we weave?
So
First we
Fen, you
practice
read
to
this out
deceive.
and say the names again.
Yes. The names are... You have me go back and forth here, Cameron.
Snow Beetles, High Church.
Snow Beetles, High Church, Delamirev, and Hansberg. These are the families that are presumably incriminated as being participating in the blood rituals.
And then the bulk of the letter is about the Castlanters, and
Those are the ones that are named.
there's an accusation that their heir apparent, the oldest child, Osvaldo, which you didn't meet, has had
is missing.
their soul sold to Asmodeus.
Yeah,
And
he's
then-
gone missing, and they think that he's accusing them of selling his soul to basically the devil in exchange for worldly goods.
And what Amalia and Victoro have asked you all is to help them save the souls of Elzarina and Terenzio, the two children.
Okay, so this article is claiming a third child or a different child, either way.
The first
just-
of
The
three.
firstborn.
So
Yeah.
if you want to give me investigation rolls, you absolutely can. I know
Can I
you
cast
said you were...
guidance on myself?
You can what?
Can I cast guidance on myself before I do it?
Sure. And tell me what you said you were trying to go for forgery, but being that you don't know, forgery is not the right term because you don't have handwriting to, this isn't...
No, fudged numbers or any, because it seems like pretty wild accusations, and I know Sprocket's real good at kind of like numbers and analytics.
Gotcha.
So I have to, just if these patterns don't line up.
Gotcha.
Which one? Investigation, Cameron?
Yes,
Or-
investigation. Holly Rees, I'll tell you with an insane investigation roll.
16.
What?
I got 15.
Yeah, all three of you got great rolls.
Hey, look at that. We did it.
There's like what you notice is there's nothing to be refuted here because there's not really anything of substance.
Okay.
This is rumor.
All hearsay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess if you wanted to try and investigate and confirm the existence of Osvaldo, and if they're, you can travel to Avernus and see if they're there or something.
Well, with
Anything about that?
history,
We need a new hotness.
like a history check, wouldn't
Is that her
she
name?
at least
Today.
know whether or not they had a child whose name was Osvaldo?
That's interesting. Let me think for a moment.
Did Holly and him go to high school together, or?
Yeah. Hey, you know the Oswald?
Yeah, you know what?
They're both nobles.
If either Holly or Alu want to put their heads together, one of them can make a history check with
Check a
advantage.
yearbook.
So with advantage or disadvantage?
Advantage.
So
I have a plus
I'll-
1 on history. What do you
I have
have?
a +6.
You do history, and I'll give you
Yeah.
advantage.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess.
Yeah, you roll it twice.
Yeah. And then you're getting guidance cast on you, so you can add +1 to your higher roll.
Yeah.
Roll it again.
1 second.
Okay.
Hey,
That's a 17.
17. Holly, you do remember meeting. Well, you were younger. You do remember meeting an Osvaldo a while ago. They haven't really seemed to be around for a long time.
Okay.
You guys had
Okay.
second period math together.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
great news.
they were pretty forgettable. Like they didn't do much, I guess, to elevate their social status in school.
He was goth.
So
She was a cheerleader. It didn't.
they
Yeah,
probably
Did it get any more obvious?
they probably are, with in Avernus, RIP. But I am not going down there to confirm.
no, I don't think we need to do that. Ollie just wanted to
Thr-
make sure.
3 years ago is about the time that you last saw Osvaldo.
Yeah, they're probably gone. RIP Osvaldo.
Yeah.
We hardly knew you.
But that also means that the other two are up next. Lends credence that they actually have their souls sold.
But isn't that who we tried to save before when the big old shit show happened at the house, the manor, and there were all these bodies everywhere? Wasn't that?
No,
I
because
mean, I know we were
that's
trying to get this.
Growlhands.
Yeah, there's a graphic manner.
Not
That's
the Castle
right.
Lanterns.
But the Castellanters did ask us to help them save the souls of their 2 younger.
Yes.
Yeah, are they asking for salvation, or are they trying to renege on a deal?
what you remember
That's the question
is
we don't know.
It would be both, wouldn't it?
Amalia was pleading for help she had heard that you had the Stone of Galore, and she believes that the knowledge inside the Stone of Galore will help them save their children's souls.
And based on what we were told, whether or not this is true, they were cursed. It wasn't a deal.
Yes,
family
by
made.
some cultists of Asmodeus.
Yes.
That on their
The accusation
9th
that they did it in order
birthday.
to get rich may not be maybe spurious.
Yeah.
They were cursed by some cultists, sure, but they were cursed by a cult of Asmodeus, which could also be this exact same social circle that they're running in now. They didn't lie.
They just misled. Okay.
They just omitted that. Oh yeah,
We
no,
don't know.
it's also our
Right?
country club.
Yeah, we don't know what their motivations were. We just know
While
that
it is
they're-
pretty early in the morning, while you're talking in, Danica Fiddlewick, Bryn Hilltopple, Kelso Fiddlewick, and Dasher Snowbeetle come in for their shift at work.
Snowbeat.
Okay.
Is this the snow beetle with
Snowbeetle?
an XNO? Is this a?
Why is he working at a bar?
Hey bosses, they're kind of, they've already cleaned up the night before. They're doing their prep for lunch hour, kind of prepping the
Is
soup.
one of the
Yeah.
aristocracy.
Hey, Snow Beetle, can I get a word
We'd
with
like
you?
a word.
You're not in trouble.
Yeah, what's up?
A quick question.
Sure.
Fen, care to
Yeah.
explain?
Yeah, we got a line that there's your family's kind of like
You haven't been
Up.
doing your TPS reports.
yeah. Could you
Oh, you're like asking him about his family?
yeah, we're
Yeah.
asking about his family.
It's like,
We wanna
oh,
know,
you've heard the
we've heard some nasty rumors.
yeah. Why am I working in a bar if I'm from the richest halfling family
First
in
of all, I
Waterdeep?
got two questions for you. One, what are you doing here? You seem to be sort of part of the upper crust. It doesn't seem like you need this. shit. And
I don't need this either, and I hang out with you hooligans, so...
We all know you like to slum.
Yeah, but
you're
you're not
slumming it.
working.
So, yeah, well, I'm the black sheep. I always got in trouble. And then I got bit by a were-rat. So my, grandmother Blossom disinherited me. That's what made me run with the shard runners, the shard shunners. Yeah, I mean, I can't work at the orchard and meadery anymore. But I'm happy chilling here.
okay, well, I mean, we've been hearing some pretty nasty rumors about
Who they
your
run with.
family and some of their cohorts.
The snow beetles?
Yeah, what's the
Yeah.
dish there?
Do you have any like? Is there any truth to any of this? Like, not whether that's in regard to your family or anybody you know, and sort of the
Yeah, how's Thanksgiving?
Richies? What's Thanksgiving like?
To be honest, it's awkward. Like, I'm not a druid. Yes, it's true. Everyone in the family is part of the Emerald Enclave. I don't get it personally what the big deal is. But yeah, they are like it's a big right. We have the meadery and orchard, and then everyone traditionally, when they come of age, they make their journey out into the forests on a quest to help the Emerald Enclave.
Let me put it this way: have you ever seen the movie Eyes Wide Shut?
What's a movie?
So I'll take that as a no. All right, just checking. Thank you. All right.
Do you know if they have like any sort of like country club they belong to, or
Yeah.
like social hour with some other people? Like,
No, I mean, we don't hang out with like the rest of the like if you're talking about the Waterdevian noble families. I mean, like, right, Holly didn't even recognize me because we don't the snow beetles, we kind of stand apart from the aristocracy. Yeah, we're rich, but we're not like part of that social strata.
Are you new money? Is that why?
No, we just like we're very much like about preserving green spaces, and Waterdevians tend to be about exploiting what they can.
Sounds about right.
So this guy, because like it seems like Emerald Enclave and demonic worship are two very different spheres of
Yeah,
activity.
you want to insight? Whoever wants to can. You've
Yes,
talked with him
please.
long enough. You can insight.
I will do so. I have a decent insight.
I should.
I'll do
Damn.
it.
Hollery's with the rolls. I mean, Rolan, Alu, and Holly, you all beat, and Fen, you all beat 15. He's on the up and up. Like, he seems honest. He's, I think, does everyone remind me again? Rolan and Alu or Rolan, are you the only one that knows about them being were-rats?
No, I was there.
Roland and Al, yeah. So by now, like they've come out about the were-rat thing too. So
They've
like,
come out of the mousetrap.
yeah, they're you know all about their deal. He's not hiding anything in addition. He seems a little embarrassed by the family name, just that like he's here and he's the cousin that's embarrassed by his super ultra rich family. But that's the extent of it.
So he's Lorelai Gilmore,
Yes.
working at an inn, has a rich family, embarrassed by him. Got it.
And can we get like a history check on the Emerald Arcade?
Enclave.
Enclave, yes.
I don't know that Alu would know much about them. If
Anything
anyone,
about the Caramel Concave?
Fen, I think you might know about the Emerald Enclave. I'll let you do a history check with advantage.
Yeah, Fen might.
Guidance.
Why would I know about that?
Because you live in the forest.
They're a bunch of druids. They're a bunch of.
Roland, you don't know shit about shit.
Ooh,
It
nice.
sounds like to me. Hey,
Oh,
natural
okay.
20.
So with a
It's the only one
20,
I've rolled in like weeks.
with a 21, yeah. So you've met several members of the Emerald Enclave, both in growing up. You grew up in the forests. And if I remember correctly, you were an orphan and you didn't have a ton of touch with civilization until later in life. The Emerald Enclave was one of the few encounters you had with civilization. They are an organization of druids and other nature worshippers. They're based out of the island of Ilafon, but they work everywhere. They focus, rather than on like good and evil morality, they focus on the needs of the natural world. They try and resist the growing influence of urbanization and humankind. Their primary goal is of preserving nature.
Composting, solar roofs.
Yeah, they're really big into recycling. You probably met quite a few of them in your patrols out in the forests, and I'm sure that you worked well with them in the past. Your goals and worldviews are pretty well aligned.
So it doesn't feel like they would be specifically part of any sacrificial shit.
Quite the opposite, in fact, I would guess.
Yeah, it doesn't jive.
Yeah, I can go as deep, like Fen, you know a ton about them, so I can, if you want more, I can give you more, but that's the overall. Okay.
Well,
The original aims of the Enclave were sixfold. They wanted to preserve nature in all its forms. They wanted to control human expansion. I guess that should read humanoid expansion, really. Recognize that nature encompassed more than just forests. Agree that magic should not be used for mass destruction. Warn against the use of magic on a grand scale for fear of unexpected side effects. And present a united front to the outside world. You know that they were
particularly like militant. Are they particularly like aggressive? Are they?
They climb
Can be like just like you are part of different factions. The Emerald Enclave could be a faction that you like could have chosen to join instead. So they consist of adventurers doing stuff. Initiates are required to serve neither good or evil, to not serve any other organization apart from the churches of Eldeth, Myliki, and Sylvanas, to be innocent of crimes against nature, to perform at least one act that benefited nature in the Vilhan Reach area.
Okay, so they are proper activists. Like they are.
Yes.
Yeah, got it. All right.
Oh, and Blood on Dragon Scale Mail.
Yeah.
So if Fen read this letter to him, would he have any feedback on the claims that it's making about the Castellanters and his family in particular? Would he have any feedback at all?
Dasher, yeah, you read the letter to him, and with your insight checks, you could see that Dasher is like visibly upset. He's like, I mean, it's nothing but lies. Like, well, I can't speak for the Castellanter or the other families, but I don't see any reason why the Snow Beetles would be mixed up in something like that.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right. Sweet. Thank you. Off you go to work now.
Yeah,
Your
Dasher's
family's
like,
about to get slandered. Back to cleaning out our stalls. No, we just came across this information and we wanted to verify with some of the facts. And this is slightly disturbing to know that
It's bullshit.
it could be very much be bullshit. This was going to require further investigation before I think we should hand this in, because we can always hand it in whenever,
That's
provided
what
the
Alu's
other person's
saying.
patience. Yeah,
so,
provided his patience holds out, but we can't undo that if we do turn it in.
and Fen, you could always go meet with the editor and kind of, you don't have to hand the documents over, but you could see what their sources might say or something.
Okay. Yeah, I'm happy to do that. The only other thing that I would say is that we have a snow beetle. It's an asset. We don't necessarily have to do anything with it now, but team, be aware that we need like an insider on that crew.
Maybe he says he's kind of the outcast, but we can,
So
well, you never know. They might be
Old
asking, might
signet
be
ring or
angling for him to
something.
come back into the fold. You never know.
with this latest revelation, one, do we want to go update the conspiracy board, or do you want to go somewhere else?
We should update the conspiracy board. We can do
Yeah.
it later. But
we also
I
need to
agree.
get stone hunting as well.
yeah, eye hunting. You mean?
Man, I
Yeah.
feel like we can tackle these one by one. I mean, everybody's got shit they got to do.
Yeah.
So like,
Well,
let's do
I was
one
looking
a
at the
time.
board earlier, and it sounds like Xanathar's might have an eye, and then a couple other places might have. The lighthouse might be a place, and then one other place is rumored to have an eye.
Yeah.
So
And I'll
I'd be
ask
curious about
my
checking those out.
Skeemo Weirdbottle too.
Yeah, so tell me where you want to go. It sounded like before we were talking about the scandalous rumor, the salacious details, we were headed into the halls of justice. Is that still correct?
Yes,
Yes.
the Great Hall of the
Right
Justice
there.
League.
Excuse me.
We'll head there. On our way, I'm going to ask some questions to Sprocket.
That's me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's have that talk.
So Sprocket, you are a pretty great inventor, from what I can tell. You have a way about you with mechanics, and I really am digging that armor suit of yours. By chance, are you an artisan of the armorer type?
Yeah, I know my way around a forge. I made this myself. I was, yeah. Are you looking for some kind of upgrade or?
Yeah, and I motion to I give my breastplate a tap, and I'm like, "This is good, but I could be better."
There could be more.
I mean, yeah, I could. I was hoping to, if the tournament was any indication, if I'm going to be in the thick of things and keep it around me at all times, I kind of need to be a little harder to hurt.
Yeah, you got stabbed a lot. I
yeah,
didn't want to
so-
say it, but like,
Yeah, so I'm just curious. It doesn't have to be as fancy as yours, but I don't know if you could either help hook me up or know somebody who knows somebody.
Actually, as you're walking by, you hear like commoners chattering, and it's like, "Oh, is that Rolan? He's like the fighter from the tournament." He's like, "For a professional fighter, that dude sure got fucking stabbed a lot."
I slide up real close to Roland, like kind of right underneath him, and go like, "So you asking if I have any ideas?"
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's great because I have a lot of ideas. I start like going through notebooks. Like I'm actually planning on going back to the Temple of God later today to work their forge for a little bit. But
Okay.
I absolutely.
Excellent. Yeah, and I don't expect you to do this for free, obviously, but I was just curious about where your talents and interests lie, and if I could ask you, to help me out a little bit for the team.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to.
Awesome.
What about
Thanks, bud.
like external armor? Like just add on pieces of armor to turn your breastplate into a
Yeah.
scale mail.
Possibly. I was thinking that maybe half plate or maybe even full plate. I don't know, depending on how we want to piecemeal this together. I'm not sure what kind of time we're working with here and how long it might take you, but
Yeah, we can figure that out at the temple later.
okay. Excellent.
But yeah, there's people there. There's forges there. There's stuff there. We'll get you set up.
All right. So by this point, you all have arrived at the halls of justice. Where are you heading to?
I would like to head to my
Wherever
contact,
Batman is.
You're going to talk to Savra?
Savra Bellabrante. Yes, please.
Yeah, you come, she's in a meeting room, she's going through some paperwork, she's talking with one of her lieutenants. They're giving her, you overhear before you get a chance to talk to her, that they're talking about there's been a string of thefts from at the End Shift Tavern. But it seems that only guards are getting pickpocketed, and she worries that it's a security vulnerability. But then eventually she turns to look at you all, and she smiles widely, and she comes forward and puts a hand on your shoulder. Spev, she says, "How are you doing? Congratulations. It was quite the performance yesterday."
Well, thank you very much. I'm glad you noticed how little I got stabbed. Thank you. The armor in your training is helping.
Very impressive.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'll admit that if I was a betting woman, I would have had my money on the night shift, but you all performed incredibly well. I'm very much looking forward to next year.
Oh, me as well. Yeah, and you missed out on making a lot of money. One of our friends didn't. It's probably legal.
Well, gambling's a sin. So, what can I do for you?
Well, I was curious if you found anything on the leads in the investigation of the Growlhound Manor, specifically with the head of the house himself, or documentations found.
They have requested legal representatives, which we have given. We have interviewed them with the presence of their barristers, and yes, we know kind of the deep dive into what they were trying to do. It seems that we haven't gotten the name of the specific artifact that they were attempting to obtain, but they were attempting to obtain a key to a vault that holds some tremendous treasure under the city. And I assume this is Neverember's Enigma, that which we have discussed previously. And we haven't gotten them to outright admit that they ordered the bombing in Trollskull Alley, but we have the evidence that we will be trying them in court.
Did that evidence include the disabled nimble, right?
Yeah, that's down in the lab.
Wonderful. Did there? I've kind of heard through my own studies that maybe there are parts to a key that they only knew of, that they had tallies on individual parts that assemble to make the whole key, and they were keeping close tabs on that. Do you know if you have any solid leads onto these parts?
That's actually the first I've heard of that. The documentation that we've seized and stuff didn't include anything. I mean, if you have something to share with me.
I kind of look nervously at everyone around me, like.
I mean, we only have rumors and hearsay, nothing substantial yet. We just thought we would collaborate with you. It's
absolutely, yeah. If you turn up any additional evidence, I'll take it and I'll share with you whatever I learn.
Okay.
I mouth Stone of the Glore to the group. Like, do we tell her that is what the key is and that we have it?
No.
Give me a stealth check, Spev, with advantage, because you're only mouthing. You kind of turn and mouth, but...
well, thank God I have my infiltrator armor on, because otherwise I'd have disadvantage.
Also guidance.
Straight roll. Nope. I wasn't ready.
All right, give me one more.
Second crit fail. No, that was just a straight roll. Oh, you said with advantage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I'm sorry, I forgot. Okay.
Much better.
7 is way bigger than 3.
Alu, your insane passive perception lets you see that Savra, her eyes lock in on Spev, and they narrow a little bit, but she doesn't make a large reaction. She does say, you know that your current mission for the Order of the Silver Gauntlet is to retrieve that gold for the city. Specifically for the Order. If I find any other information to help you, I'll provide it as soon as I can.
Please do, and maybe you can look up a couple leads of these families, and I'm gonna at least share with her the notes that I got from his Mr. Growlhound's desk that lists a couple families and a couple lists. I'm gonna share that information with them.
The letters and stuff from the desk.
Yeah.
She looks at this and she says, "Oh, this is incredible. Where did he get this?
Maybe his desk. It's really. I mean, there were people were shooting at us as robots exploding and magic. And I might have just grabbed him.
Her eyes visibly narrow now, and she kind of, her mouth purses to the side, and she's like, I understand that things were chaotic, but I'd expect this sort of information to be reported to me sooner. But she makes a copy of everything and then hands the letters back to you.
And then be like, okay, well, that is. I think that's all the information that I have. That I'm just sharing that I have that we're willing to share. I will say, like, well, a couple of my friends here would also love to pick your brain on some of the local activities. And I kind of like gesture to Alu, like, if you want to ask her about, like, because these people are like,
yeah.
they're close to the cops.
If
so.
Spev's speaking for the party, like Alu, Holly, Fen, Rolan, whatever questions you might have, now's the time.
Yeah, you're all in the room with us.
Yeah. Alu wants to just check and see about survivors, anyone else in custody outside of the Castellanter. She's not specifying. She just wants to make sure they don't have in custody Mickey and Jeremy.
Mickey and Pelagius?
No, there was a Jeremy as well.
There was a Jeremy? Maybe Pelagius is the last name. I don't know why I have that in my notes. Because that name sounds so weird. We'll call it Mickey and Jeremy. She says, no, Mickey, I mean, I know that there was a report that there was a halfling with the name Mickey that was arrested at first, but they were deputized. I do have Jeremy in a holding cell. Other than that, I mean, we have warrants out. We haven't gotten them notarized by a justice yet, but we will have warrants out on a couple other targets of interest. She looks through the paperwork. I mean, we'll be arresting Davil Starsong in at least, hopefully, within the next 24 hours. We know that he was there, and obviously his presence matches the rest of the Zentarum presence at the manor, and we believe that they were a major instigating force in the massacre. But right now, Jeremy is the only one we have in custody.
Okay. So Alu is making mental notes right now. So as soon as we leave here, Alu is going to send a warning note to Davil. She's going to warn him that they're going to arrest him. She's also going to warn him that he probably shouldn't disappear, that he should allow himself to be arrested and have representation that will immediately get him off. She's also going to send him a note saying that she wants Jeremy to have representation and someone that, like, on our side that can tell him that we're going to make sure that he gets out and is going to be fine.
Mm-hmm.
And also, Alu is making a mental note that she wants to know who the fuck actually should get Never Ember's Enigma. Because the Lord's Alliance wants it, these people want, everybody wants it, and as far as Alu is concerned,
it's such a conundrum.
It belongs to the Lord's Alliance.
We'll have to sit down and talk about
Alu
that.
does not think that it does.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, the Halls of Justice, they're doing some good stuff.
So I want to, if I can, PM, to help give Davil a little more time. Can I cast suggestion to the mean lady?
Is that something that she'll know you cast on her?
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Well, oh no, you did not take Meta Magic Initiate, did you?
No, but I took Elven Accuracy.
No, that's not how that works. I was gonna say you could try and cast a subtle spell, but no.
Yeah, no, if it's something that she'll know you cast on her, like, and it only has a short time of
A
like,
minute.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it. Ollie would be like, don't do that.
Yeah, the way
Also,
suggestion
You
works.
know that Alu is like planning all this shit. It's just going on in her head.
Yeah. I love it.
um,
All right. Does anyone else have any questions for Savra, or do you want to head somewhere else now?
yeah, no, okay. So Savra, correct me if I'm wrong. She's with the Order of the Gauntlet,
Yes.
and they are, and remind me, just like they are kind of a not a policing force exactly, but they are what, a network of justice essentially.
Spev, how would you describe the Order of the Gauntlet?
I would love to hear from Savra herself.
Oh, God damn it.
Just so the audience can also know. I kind of pictured that they're like, I don't know, are they the actual town guard? Like they run the guard of the city, or they're kind of like an extra group on top of that?
They're a group of paladins and clerics and knights of Tyr, Helm, Torm, and Hor. They are, I guess, an extrajudicial group of adventurers who are dedicated to fighting evil specifically. So
Got it.
whereas like the Emerald Enclave is like this neutral, naturalistic perspective, these are your
they are
lawful,
lawful
stupid
good.
paladins. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Pretty much just contract with them.
Brenda
and-
is a member of the Orders of the Silver Gauntlet.
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, DM, but Roland saw in the crowd in one of the first matches of the tournament someone of interest from him.
Yes.
From his and Fenn's past.
Yeah.
There might be the werewolf, the red wolf, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You're asking Savra about if there's been a red werewolf sighting?
Well, not necessarily that. I'm curious about whether or not I would give a description of the guy I saw because I recognized him, right?
Yes.
I would give them a physical description of the guy and say, have you seen anybody turn up like that? And if not, can you keep an eye out and notify either myself or Spev, I guess, by way of contact?
Yeah, so
He turns up somewhere.
So you kind of noticed him after he had left. So it might not be the best description in the world, Fen. This was someone I believe that you had met before your wife had died.
You know him. This is the guy.
So
who
if
was
you
kind of
two work
obsessed.
together, I think you can give a good. I'd say give me a history
Just
check
between
with
you and me,
advantage.
Fen, this is the guy who killed Taryn. This is the guy.
The guy that banged your wife. I mean, killed your wife. Yeah, you're able to put together, like, they get a sketch artist out and they put it together. And they're like, and what exactly, why are we looking for him? Is he related to the massacre?
He's related to a different murder.
He
is a suspect in a different murder, and that we've been investigating for a while, and we would appreciate just some information if he happens to turn up.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
All right. What else do y'all want to do?
Real quick before we leave, I just want to poke my head into Jelzar's workshop.
Yeah, you all can head down there, see what stuff he's working on. Jelzar right now is taking a little nap.
All right. As I walk in and see that he's taking a little nap, can I just take a quick little look around and pocket a couple pieces of things, a couple supplies, and really good screws or?
Yeah,
Are you gonna rob this mo?
give me an investigation check.
I didn't know you had it in you. All right.
All to him. Investigation is gonna be.
Yeah. Yeah. You
Critical.
Jesus.
you see a shadow box of good tools, and you pick some off there. You go, you kind of dump the contents of a couple groups of bins of nuts in your pocket. You go into his desk. You actually find a letter that's addressed to you.
Oh.
Oh shit. That's crazy. I didn't know you had it in you, dude.
I don't steal that.
Okay. It with a 26 on an
Crystal,
investigation, you can tell that this the ink on it is older. This was a letter that was written a little while ago that just somehow never made it to you from Jelzar.
Is it in an envelope? Can he not read
Yes.
it without? Him knowing.
It's in an envelope.
It's sealed in wax.
Yeah.
Does
And
Alu notice that he specifically is like, I'm not taking that?
You know what, Alu, I know you've got, a fucking 21 as your passive perception. Jelzar, give me a stealth check to see if...
Jelzar.
Or sorry,
Sure,
Spev. Spev, give me a stealth check. Spev, you do notice that, so everyone calls you Sprocket, and Jelzar now calls you Sprocket, but back in the past, he called you Spev, and this letter is addressed to Spev.
Look at yourself.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
I mean, what did we say? If it meets, it beats. So I guess, Alu, you do not see it.
I kind of take like a long mental note of it, but like that, I'm not trying to. I don't know. That's fuck me.
Yeah, you want to play D&D? Let's play some fucking D&D.
Okay, well then here's my answer. Let's play some D&D. I feel like if there was something that he wanted to say, or if he wants to say it, he would have said it. Like, the history is the past. I just want to take some of his nice stuff and move on.
I love it.
So as I close the drawer, I kind of look at him sleeping, and then I knock like a pile of wrenches onto the floor.
To wake him up?
Like, he has a lack of wrenches. I just knock it over.
Yeah, he wakes up with a start.
He has to say for you.
He stretches, and he's like, "Oh, hey, sorry, I had a late night, and I'm still recovering. What's up?"
Oh, was
Did you knock my fucking stuff over?
No, you really need to clean up your workshop. This is a tripping hazard. I didn't even just walk over these wrenches and fall. Clean your shit. What did you see? What, we had a late night watching my victory?
Yeah, I mean, congratulations. You did a real good job. But no, I'm working. Savra has me chasing down some leads. I'm taking apart this Nimblewright. I guess, I mean, if you're here, we can talk about it.
Yeah, that's actually what I wanted to know.
I mean, we talked before about there's that orb in its chest that isn't part of the original design, right? No, I've confirmed I've disabled it now, but it is a camera system. Everything that the Nimblewright sees gets projected out to some sort of receiver. And in fact, the other orbs that we have had, like the one we have in City Hall, the one that we have here, I spent last night dismantling them also. They all have cameras, and they're all tuned to the same magical frequency. So someone is using these Nimblewrights to see a bunch of stuff in the city, and I bet you the one in the House of Gond is the same.
Oh, well, I certainly hope you disabled that one as well on your grand tour of the city. That's pretty important.
I haven't disabled that one. I kind of assumed that you would have. If not, I can.
I've been too busy winning the tournament, winning the hearts of the city.
All right, then it'll be on my list. I haven't had a chance to get to the house.
No, I'm going there later today. I was actually going to deliver the remains of this Nimblewright if you were done with it.
Yeah, I'm done with it. But yeah, I mean, someone is using these things to spy on basically whoever they want in the city, it looks like.
Well, is there any idea how to trace this and bring it back to them?
That's the
Ollie's got you.
Yeah, I think magically I could do it. I've requested some supplies for a scrying spell that I can modify, but I haven't gotten them yet.
Any ETA on that?
I think by tomorrow.
Okay, maybe if I'm in the area, I'll check it out, but...
Yeah. I mean, swing by. We could, I've got coffee. We could see what we find together.
Parts and leave and go now.
Yeah. I got it all boxed up for you.
Cool. Hey, Rolan, can you pick this up?
Sure, buddy. I got you.
I kind of like gesture towards the box of robot bits. And
I will. I'll pick up the box.
as we exchange the most awkward goodbyes, I'm like, "Well, I'm glad you saw the tournament." And as I'm leaving, I kind of let the other two go, or everyone else who's in the room kind of go before me. And as I kind of like go through the door, I look back at Jelzar and like I kind of lock eyes with a second, and I use my new cantrip message and whisper to him, so only he can hear. I'm working on something very exciting. I just wish you didn't have so many strings attached. And I go for the door.
Okay, I like it.
Cool. Yeah, that's. Yeah. Hey, I hope that's not too heavy. As I join them as they're walking out.
No, it's fine. Barely feel it.
Well, I would love to head back to the Temple of Gond and work on a couple projects, but I know there's others want to check out things on the way.
Yeah, in terms of stuff to see, you're kind of in the middle of the city. You could head south. There's Blackstaff Tower. That's not that far away from you to the west. You could head further south. There's Castle Waterdeep, where Holly Jallister is. Further south than that is the Dock Ward. The Waterdeep Wazoo printing offices is in the Trades Ward. So tell me where you all want to go next.
So before we go too far, but after we're away from Jelzar and anybody else who could hear us, Aldu would tell Spev that she's pretty positive Captain Zord is the one who's getting all the information from the Nimble Rights, and that the contraption on the bottom of the Sea Maiden Sphere is likely where all of the data is going.
Yeah, so with that brilliant deduction, take a point of inspiration.
Yeah, I definitely forgot that. Yeah, but
that's what the dragon wanted to know.
Should we head down there?
You could tell him. Well, we only have circumstantial evidence. Well, not even circumstantial. We have speculation. Maybe informed, but it's still just speculation.
Yeah, we don't have proof, but Ollie's pretty positive. The problem is
I don't doubt you. We got to go do that, though.
Yeah, the problem is getting to it. So that's on our list of things to do.
Yeah, or at least figure out what he knows, because he's got spies around very powerful places.
Yeah.
While you all are talking, where are you walking?
Do we
I
know
picked first.
where? Does Alu know where to find Skeemo Weirdbottle, or is this like a mission that I have no idea where to look for her?
Yeah. It's the shop is called Weirdbottle's Concoctions. It's in the Trades Ward. You could find it pretty easily.
That's why I have Weirdbottle written down. Okay, cool. So maybe we go head there. I know that's on my list of things to do.
Yeah, also, just as an aside, my impression is that the team, since I read them the letter that's supposed to go to the Wazoo, is that they're aware of basically what Fen needs to do and deliver this. So I don't know if that's on the way or,
It's nearby. You could hit up Weirdbottle's store and then hit up the Wazoo.
Ooh, Alu wants to know, as like we could like retcon this, but Alu wants to know, could she essentially forge something that looks similar but doesn't have quite as many lies for Fen to deliver?
Yeah, absolutely. You have time to do that. You can craft your own version of the letter.
How does Fen feel about that?
Well, again, as I mentioned at the top, Fen, as far as the content of the letter goes, Fen doesn't really have much interest or investment in what the politics of the city are, so much as doing it to further his investigation, basically curry favor. So if he's delivering it and he can report that he's delivered it, I don't think that there's much of an issue with that.
All personal, no policy.
Correct, yeah.
Right. So,
If you want to deliver it, I'll back you up.
And was when he gave it to you, was it sealed or was it not sealed?
I mean, we read it. So, I mean, it was like my understanding.
It was sealed when it was given to you, but he said you could read it. Like, he didn't care if you read it or not.
And I read it to you guys. My understanding is that it's basically like, it's supposed to be posted as a open letter in the Wazoo.
Yeah, like
So,
an editorial
read it out
type
the city.
thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Like an open letter to the city.
All right, so Alu definitely wants to forge it and seal it in the exact same way that it was sealed before, so that the recipient of it at the Wazoo doesn't realize that we've read it, and that Fen can say that we delivered it, and JB Nevercaught would never know that we didn't deliver the one that he gave us.
Fen is fine with that. Fen doesn't have a problem with that.
Okay.
I mean, the problem is Fen will note that the problem is that when and if it gets published, the person who handed it to him will know, or he will suspect that it was, or he will think that it
Tampered
was
with.
doctored by the person who printed it, right? So, like, oftentimes an editorial board will like take a letter and like doctor it, and they won't print exactly what was submitted. Maybe
Right.
he'll think that, but I'm just saying, like, he'll know that it's not exactly what he wrote.
But you could easily lie, and because if he asked the guy who got it, like if anyone asked about it, it was delivered unopened.
There's, as far as I know, as far as I'm concerned, there will be a turnaround time, like a period at which, like, at this point, I don't know when the when everything goes to print for the specific one. I don't know if he's gonna like. I don't know I don't know if the Wazoo is like a tabloid, if they're going to be fastidious about like checking sources and shit.
They
But-
might. It seem reputable.
Sure, like it's the paper of record of the city, so maybe they are. But I imagine there's going to be a slight turnaround time as to when they print it. All Fen is saying is that it's something that we'll need to be aware of. As
While
far as like
this
Fen's
discussion
already
is
kind of bullied
happening,
the guy who gave this to him in the first place. He already doesn't trust him, and he's already kind of like made it evident to the guy that he doesn't fully trust the dude. So I don't think he has any problem with, not following his. Yeah, like he's not like serving this dude. He doesn't care about making this dude happy so long as like as Nate said, he only cares really about serving his own purposes. So if we can, yeah.
Sweet.
So I'm happy
yeah.
to doctor it if we have a good plan.
Ollie wants to forge the letter that we deliver. Cameron,
think
you
you can
and
do it
I will come up
confidently.
with a forged letter later.
absolutely.
Oh, Ollie is a master forger. Please.
Well, and
Like,
remember,
Wilhelm.
that's Wilhelm's specialty.
Yeah, that's what I said. Me and Wilhelm got this.
Yep.
Right, so we're gonna hold on to it then.
Yeah. So as you're walking, you get to the Weirdbottle's concoctions. It's in this market square in the trades ward. What all do you want to do?
Ollie wants to ask. Well, I'm assuming that there's somebody in there. Ollie's going in to find out who's in the store, and she's not going to ask for anyone specifically. She'll just go up to whoever looks like they're working there.
Yeah, you see
I'll go in with her.
a thin man. He's got dark hair that's in this like dramatic kind of coiffed look. He greets you. He says, "Hi, welcome to my store. I'm Skeemo. If you're here for potions, I can, get you whatever you need. We've got potions of healing, greater healing, clairvoyance, growth, invulnerability, all at great market rate prices. What can I get for you?"
Skeemo, not schema. I'm not looking for a schema, or did I just misspell it?
You misspelled it.
Okay, cool. Sweet. Then Alu would tell Skeemo that she's there on a mission from Davil. He sent her to speak with him.
You say, "Hey, I'm friends with Davil," and his eyes perk up, and he looks to the rest of the party to see if you should be having this conversation in front of them.
I mean, if he feels more comfortable just talking to Alu, that's fine. But
Well, are they
cool.
with you?
They're with me.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, are they like friends of yours, or are they friends of ours?
They're friends of ours.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Okay. 18?
Yeah, he's like, okay. You see him actually mutter something, and he casts a spell. And he looks around the room, kind of like he's scanning it. And then he seems comfortable. He loosens up a little bit. He says, "Yeah, I got this for you." And he grabs a small silk-lined coffer, and he pops it open, and you see there are 4 potions in it. And he says, "Yeah, these are 4 potions of mind reading." The instructions were for you to deliver it to a woman in purple, in a purple cloak, an hour after sundown at the Godcatcher. Here you go. And it's been paid for already. I think she'll pay you something for the delivery.
Okay. Got it.
I'll drink one right now.
You'll drink one?
No, I want to.
Are you like
Ollie would
looking to identify it or something?
Yeah, actually, can I do that? Can I do a kind of look over? I have proficiency in alchemist tools.
Yeah, it'll take you some time. Like you can leave the store and as you're walking, try and figure out what this is.
Yeah, cool. I'll do that later.
How many potions are there?
There are 4.
4.
I just want to make sure I write down the right number.
All right, so you leave the store. Where are you heading to next? It's not sundown yet, so you got time.
Yeah. I'll do that later.
Sally, can I take a look at one of those?
Ollie's gonna squint at you and be like, what are you gonna do to it?
I just want to give it a quick little look-see. He said it was a potion of mind reading. That sounds very powerful. I'm just curious if it's legit.
As long as you do not drink it, tamper with it, and make it bad in any way, you may look at it.
Oh, I'm not even gonna open the cap. Maybe open the cap a little bit, but I'm gonna leave all the liquid in.
That's fine. Ollie would let him have one of the bottles to play with.
Yeah, I'll like hold it up to the light or kind of like.
Yeah, give me
give it a smell.
we can call it an Arcana check.
I can do that.
And while you're doing that, what is everyone else? Where's the next target? It takes you about 15 minutes of walking as you're figuring it out. But yeah, these are poison. All 4 are the same. It's all poison.
It is not potions of mind reading. Okay.
Okay, that's a pretty big revelation. You're fancy to a murder.
Glad that we didn't let anybody drink any.
Yeah,
I'm glad I didn't.
you still have the rest of today to figure out what the heck you're going to do instead.
Well, I don't have a problem.
Roland wants to know why there are Duragar
knows?
at the end of the street.
Yeah, so you're walking around, and you all see some Duragar on one side of the street, and then some Zentarum on the other side of the street, and they're just eyeing each other. One side is shouting, the Zentarum on your left, they kind of make some steps forward, and they shout across the street, "Hey, you fucking cheaters! We're glad that we're glad we killed you in the Brightswords tournament, and we're gonna kill the rest of you." And the Durgar are like, "Oh, fucking bring it on, you fucking assholes!" And they're just mostly just shit talking each other. But you can see that around you, the civvies are kind of trying to head on out of the way, and the guards are moving to try and keep the 2 groups separate.
Yeah.
Can I cast suggestion?
Yes.
Can we hear what they're saying? Like, we can hear them shouting.
yelling.
Yeah, they're shouting to each other, and you're in the middle. You can absolutely hear what they're saying.
All right. I want to cast suggestion. Where am I standing?
Tell him to fight. Tell him to start it, coward.
I'm gonna cast it on the one of the Zentarum, who I think the leader of the Zentarum might be of this group doing these things. and I want it to say. I just want to say.
It has to be one word, right?
It can be limited to a sentence or two.
Oh, a sentence or two. Okay. I was thinking of command. Yeah. Go ahead.
Or two.
Yep.
Call it a day. Buy Mad Max's mercenaries a drink instead.
I like it.
Okay. They have to make what? A wisdom saving throw?
They have to make a wisdom saving throw.
And you're targeting the leader.
Yep.
All right, let's see that wisdom saving throw. What do they need to beat? A 14? They do. They roll a 17.
Damn it. Lucky! I want to use lucky!
You can. You also have your portents.
I want to use my portent, and then I want to use portent, and they roll a 9.
So they roll a 9 plus 1 is 10. They fail. They start to say, "Oh, fuck off," and they'll wander. And they say, "You know what? Do you want to head to Troll Skull Tavern? Let's go grab a drink at Troll Skull Tavern." And they'll head out.
Okay. Good job, Ollie.
Alu, how stealthy are you trying to be right now? Are you just hanging out?
I feel like I'm just hanging out. Why? Was it supposed to be stealthy?
No, but the Dwargar say, "Hey, it's the black-handed bitch. She's with them, and let's roll some initiative."
Oh
Fuck.
shit. Okay, so we
Jesus
actually
Christ.
just
Why am I
we
black?
actually just suggested off our backup.
And
Just- I wanna remind
we're
you that
gonna
Alu's husband is present, Cameron. Take it easy, homie.
Alu's husband. Alu's single.
I'm this single. Why am I a black-handed bitch though, Karen?
Do I have time to? Sorry. Explain yourself first before I ask my question.
It's because you hang out with the Black Hand Network,
Oh.
That's not the part that's questionable.
and you're a woman, and we live in a pre-industrial society with not great views on gender roles.
Kill him first. Do I have time to deploy my armor?
We will actually. We're gonna call this an episode here, and I think. Yes, you can deploy your armor. We'll take care of the rest of the initiative stuff on our next episode, where you all get to use your newfound powers. Woo! Woo! Thanks for playing with us, everyone. Bye.
Hey guys.
Bye.
Bye.